Welcome.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I had to talk over it, didn't you? But I mean, when does it ever run smoothly? The beginning bit.
One day. One day
Yeah,
it will.
one day. Yeah, when we pre-record them all. Anyway, welcome to the Pacifist podcast. Last week we did what grinds your gears. This week we're doing what tickles your pickle.
Exciting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we were meant to do both last week, but it seems that everybody just liked moaning.
Hmm.
So
And
it seems like
we did our normal call to arms, didn't we? And asked people for their input, and we got two,
yeah,
which again just points out that everyone hates everything.
yeah,
Um,
apart from two people.
yeah, two
Yeah,
relatively pleasant people out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Although I do notice looking at the comments, both food related.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
funny that, isn't it?
yeah. So yeah, we're going to do the things that we like today and try and avoid the things we hate. Although I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy to start ranting about things that we don't like.
Hmm. Hmm.
You may notice that it's just me and Mushu.
What
That
more
big
do you
old,
need?
yeah, exactly. Well, Rambo is predisposed, and because of that, Jeeves has been seconded into working, which is probably
Sucks
the
to be
safest
him.
place for him. Yeah, it does. Enjoy your time stood outside. Dickhead.
Unnecessarily harsh, but not entirely
Yeah, I know.
inaccurate.
Oh, he's not here to defend himself, so I can call him all sorts.
What better time to insult someone?
Yeah, exactly that. Um, we also had a comment from the super fan that is Tracy.
Yeah. Why? Why are you saying it's so confused?
Because I
Tracy?
don't have it. I don't have it on my phone, and I was like, I'd hate to get a name wrong. That'd be embarrassing.
I think it
Um,
sounds worse when you're unsure of it.
yeah, or like I just sometimes do that to people at work, just so they know that they mean nothing to me. Yeah,
Morning, Derek. Oh, my name's
yeah.
Jane.
You've worked with me for 15 years. Oh, sorry, Roger. I saw it. I saw it on an episode of Parks and Rec
I like to call them by the wrong name to let them know I don't really care about
years
them.
and years and
I
years
was going
ago.
to say that sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. Ron Swanson says it. He's like, oh, occasionally I like to just get somebody's name wrong, just so they know how little they mean to me.
I
But I
love
mean,
that guy. I've taken a lot of life lessons from that guy.
yeah, same as bacon, hunting. What more do you need? Steak, I suppose, and whiskey. Nice whiskey.
Yeah, I had a couple of whiskies last night, actually.
Did you? I thought you weren't allowed to drink whiskey anymore. I thought it like exploded you. Whiskey.
Whiskey. Yeah, we were. Yeah. Yeah, I had a couple of whiskies last night, mate, and it was very nice. Very nice.
Oh, what sort did you have?
Bullet bourbon.
Oh, I love bullet bourbon. That stuff's so
Mm.
good. That is definitely that tickles my pickle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That
Yeah,
is firmly in the like box, man. Yeah.
definitely. So I not recently for about I don't know 7 or 8 years now. I've bought myself a bottle of really nice single malt whiskey every Christmas as a treat. And I've discovered that if it tastes like it's in a burnt ass barrel, I love it. And if it doesn't, I drink bourbon.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of other whiskies.
No?
Like, no, I'm pretty much solid on bourbon.
Well, bourbon's easy, isn't it? I mean, like, Bell's is disgusting. Any kind of like blended normal whiskey is just rank.
Yeah.
There's like this Old Putney Black Label. Black Label is the shit. That stuff's amazing. I remember having that first time I had it. This to me is like when the Twin Towers went down or Lady Diana died. I remember exactly where and when I was. I'm not a good flyer. I mean, if my ass was meant to fly, I'd been given wings, and it was not. So I get on a plane and I feel massively uncomfortable. And I was flying over to Turkey, and I say to the lady with the trolley, I was like, I'm very sorry, I'm not a very good flyer. Is there any chance I could get a stiff drink, please? And she's like, yeah, what would you like? And I said, whiskey. Didn't even really drink whiskey at the time, but I was like, I want something that burns, that's going to do the job.
Yeah,
And she
take your
bought,
mind off it a bit.
yeah, exactly. She bought me 2 bottles of Johnny Walker Black Label. And the first sip of that, I was just like, this is incredible. It tastes like a bonfire that's been distilled into a brown liquid. It's everything I could ever dream of. And yeah, that was the one that was my discovery of whiskey. And like, obviously I had to have a lot of shit ones in between to try and work out which ones I liked.
Yeah.
Which is the problem with whiskey, is that it's quite expensive and there's quite a lot in a bottle. And if you don't like it, it's a bit of a chore to get through.
Yeah. This is why people always have decanters of whiskey everywhere. Everyone, like every sort of normal household, will have some form of bottle of whiskey, like, which has been started, but it's been sat there for roughly sort of 30 years, because like it's only brought out every now and then at Christmas or something. Oh, should we have a whiskey? And then yeah, we'll put that back.
Well, you get those super expensive ones that taste like a peat bog. And I don't like them at all. Like, I've got to the point now where if I go to a bar and they've got nice single malts, because occasionally I only go to shit bars, I don't go to good bars, but occasionally shit bars are run by people who like good whiskies. There's one in my local town. It used to be called the Litter. Not the Litter Tray. That's what I always called it, because it's a shit. It used to be called the Lytton Tree, which is not anymore. It's called something else. No plugs for them, because they're a bit shit. But the owner likes decent whiskey, I believe. And I remember last time I went in there, and I only go in there when I'm absolutely shit-faced, because it's the place open to the latest in like the town I used to go drinking in. I saw they had single malts, and I was just like, can I smell the corks? can I smell the corks of all the bottles so I can work out which one I want, please?
I get why you're doing that, but that sounds so creepy, doesn't it?
I know, right? Especially,
can I smell the corks?
And everybody around, they're in hot pants that they shouldn't be wearing hot pants, and all the blokes, you know, the intoxicating bouquet of perfumes coming off of all of the men is absolutely disgusting. And I'm there at the bar, and I'm like, I just want to sniff your whiskey corks to work out which one I want, please. And then I was like, I want it in a whiskey tumbler with 2 to 3 cubes of ice and no more. Yeah, just the look of this poor woman was like, sir, you in the wrong place.
Now might be a good time to say one of my weird likes, which a lot of people think it's weird, but I just like it, is with whiskey, just topping it up to the brim with water.
Nothing wrong with that. You put me onto that.
Yeah, and I originally thought it was quite a weird idea, but now I really like it, because it takes the burn away from the whiskey, but you still get the whiskey flavour.
You get hydrated, so your hangover is half what it would be. Drastically
reduced, which is always helpful. So sober will thank drunk you as well, so that's quite good.
Exactly.
But I've always drunk whiskey like that.
Well, whiskey and water is a thing, isn't it? If you've got like a really strong, old, particularly peaty whiskey, I mean, you're not drinking them because you're drinking bourbons, but they're meant to be fantastic. And a friend of mine who was a bit more of a connoisseur than myself, who drinks Jack Liddell, he was like, oh, look, you might find it easier to have about the same again in water on top of it. And it was still pretty disgusting. But the way you do it, where you have like a pint glass with like 4 shots of whiskey in.
And it does mean that you don't have to go to the bar as many times. You know, you can walk around with a pint, or you don't have to top your drink up as much. I mean,
that is true.
Yeah, technically you've got a pint of whiskey and water, but it's nice. And I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a connoisseur though. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell if you gave me like different shots of whiskey. I wouldn't be able to tell what was what from what, because they all taste kind of whiskey-y, if that's a word. But there are certain whiskies that I do like. I'd favour, if you know what I mean. And not because of the taste, but maybe because they're less harsh or something like that. But like Bullet, I like Bullet. I like I really like the Fireball and the cinnamon whiskies and stuff like that.
Hold my drink. Put it right in front of the camera, didn't I? Fireball.
There we go.
And then Jack Liddell.
Which I quite like.
I mean, it's
a
so
perfectly acceptable drink.
I go for Jack or Jim. If I'm going bourbons, I go Jack, Jim, Bullet. I only found out about this Christmas just gone. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Loved it.
Yeah, very
Plus
nice.
The bottle looks like the bottle's the shit, isn't it?
It's got a cork. That's why I like it, because you can be proper cowboy.
Yeah.
You know?
Someone once told me that you can tell a decent whiskey or a decent spirit in general if it's got a cork. If it's got a screw lid, it's probably not that great. And yeah, it's a good corked one.
I think that works for wine as well, doesn't it? I mean, it's certainly a good rule to go by. You don't see any of these ancient fucking Chateau Neuf de Papes or whatever with screw tops, do you?
I think Chateau Neuf de Pape is ever ancient, is it?
No, I don't think it is. It's the only wine I know, though.
Should have gone for like a
Blue Nun. It's an ancient bottle of Blue Nun.
an ancient bottle of Hock that your mum put away a few years back. Yeah, I'm not a big wine drinker. I had a little phase.
Sorry, that's the joke to play if you get a time machine, isn't it? Like go back to like, I don't know, when they discovered some ancient monastery or something like that, and they find the wine cellars and something. They're like, and what's this one? Sainsbury's dry white. What?
You just go back in. You put a bottle of Lambrini in King Tutankhamun's tomb, don't you? You stick it in his mummified hand like this.
Bottle of White Lightning or something, yeah.
Oh yeah, plastic one. That ain't never going off, is it? I am. Yeah. Well, whiskey, it definitely tickles my pickle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, wine not so much. I mean,
no, wine gives me a headache. I think it's something to do with the tannins. Like I like it. I found I really liked wine from going to a couple of weddings and a couple of work events, not posty work events, because they would always put like 2 bottles of red, 2 bottles of white, 2 bottles of pink on the table. Yeah. And the red never got touched. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. I've had a couple of pints. I can drink anything now. And yeah, I got the taste for a nice Merlot.
Now, I love wedding wine, right? And it doesn't matter what it is. And I love it because I hate weddings. Like I don't like people generally. I don't like large gatherings of people. I think people get more stupid the more of them you put together.
Fair.
I like weddings themselves. You know, I'm not a big churchy person. You know, they're all right, but it's all about someone else, isn't it? You're just there sort of as a backdrop. You're part of the scenery, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
And just like everyone, you always get sat on tables with awkward people and stuff like this, and I just find that wedding wine it takes all of that away. You know, you smash into the red, like you say, because nobody ever touches it.
Yeah.
You're thinking like, I don't give a shit about any of these people. I'm just going to chow down on the free food, go and do a bit of white man 2-step on the dance floor, and then fuck off home, and it'll be all right. You know, that's the turning point of weddings for me.
Oh, fair enough.
The wine, yeah.
Okay, so if you had to get married, how would you do it then? Obviously not in a church. I mean, yeah, well, go on. You hate them.
Technically, I am married. I mean, I'm separated now, but I have been married.
Oh, okay. The paperwork's all gone through. I don't know.
So if I'm planning it now,
Kevin Costner has approached you. He has said, "Mushu, be my one, be my all, be my everything. Marry me." But he's like, but you've got to organise it.
Okay, well, for a start, Kevin, I'm not gay. I've got nothing against it, but I'm not gay. But on the flip side, you're Kevin Costner, so let's get planning.
I'm in.
I would like something natural, I think. Like something Celtic. I like the Celtic, standing under a tree, getting your hands bound together, that sort of thing. And then just some priest, fuck knows where he's come from, but he's managed to keep his robes immaculate, even though you're standing in a fucking swamp. But sorry, I'm going off. But yeah.
So hang on. So the setting is a swamp.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, something natural, something earthy. I like it.
Very natural. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, I think that would be the sort of thing. And then afterwards, just like everyone just fucking comes out from wherever they want with a load of fucking whatever they want to get drunk on and just gets shit faced, falls asleep under the stars. Everyone wakes up in the morning and fucks off with a hangover. That'd be good.
Fair. I like that. Yeah, I'm with you. Apparently, it's illegal to get married outside in this country. You have to get married indoors in like a registry office, and then you can get a blessing done after. But yeah, apparently you're not allowed to officially get married outside.
I think there's certain places, but then I suppose it depends what sort of marriage you're going for, because I'd imagine like a lot of pagan sort of marriage ceremonies or joining ceremony, whatever they have, are performed outside.
They're not real.
Well, pagans?
Well, I
I
mean,
know lots of pagans.
you know, but their marriages don't really count, though, do they? I mean, in the eyes of the law, you don't get a tax break for a Celtic pagan wedding, do you?
Well, here you have an interesting question about separation of state and religion and stuff like that, don't you?
I do.
But I'm not going to go into that. Well, yeah, illegal to get married outside. I don't know.
I think it is. I remember watching this.
I would anyway, because it would add a whole sort of Bravehearty feel to the whole thing as well, wouldn't it? Which would go in with the theme, you know, like, oh, we're doing it against the authorities. They're going to send someone out to get us. Yeah. You know.
Well, the thing is, they won't send someone out. That's the problem, isn't it?
Why not?
Well, they won't send someone to marry you. You need like a legal person, don't you?
You just need someone who's ordained, don't you?
Yeah, who won't come because it's not legal.
You're pissing on my chips here a bit, Sam.
Oh, sorry. You can still get someone to come out and bless you. You can get Joey Tribbiani dressed up as a Nazi or something. What do they do in France?
I actually got myself ordained online to the Church of Dudism.
That's outstanding work, Mushu.
Thank you.
So you were a butcher, a minister, an ex-policeman, and
a Dudist minister.
Representative.
And I have the London look.
The London look. Oh, yeah, yeah. Do you know what's funny? I've got an uncle who lives in London, has that same gap.
Well, clearly, it's quite a widespread look, I guess.
Yeah, well, I didn't know it was a London look, but yeah, when you said about it the other day, I was just like, hang on a minute, someone in my family's got that gap, and he lives in London. Shock horror.
The Watford Gap.
Yeah, the Watford Gap. Oh, amazing. Yeah. Oh, do you know what I hate about weddings? Because I'm not particularly fussed. I don't particularly want to get married myself. I think it's a little bit of a jip when it comes to people spending thousands upon thousands of pounds, you know, for a nice party. And like generally they are quite nice, and it's always lovely to have a little catch up. But when you hear that someone spent like 15 grand, I'm like, £15,000 on a party.
Yeah.
I mean, you could hire a burger van for probably 500 quid and feed.
Now, you see,
people.
When I did mine, we saved quite a lot of money, but it didn't sort of detract from the ceremony or the party or anything. Like, you know, we saved money on a photographer, for instance, by getting everyone to just take their own photos, and then we had a corner in the room afterwards at the party where you just go and stick your SD cards in, upload all the wedding photos, and then we had instant photo album from everyone from all different angles and shit like that. So, and we got some really good pictures, you know. So you can do it frugally, but you're right. A lot of people, it's more show, isn't it? It's more sort of like trying to outdo other people, you know, especially if you've got circles of friends and well, they had this at their wedding, I'd love to do this, you know, really sort of like outdo them.
Yeah, and as I've got older, I've been hearing words that I didn't know existed before, like wedding favours, which I think is just like grown-up party bags for the tables for adults.
I think so, yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, there were a lot of weddings when I was younger, and I seemed to be going to them all the time with family, and all I can ever remember there being on the table was butter. which
Ooh.
I didn't realise was butter because of my stupid colour vision, and I thought was cheese.
Uh,
I learned a lesson that day. And so when some random ass uncle was like, "Oh, Sam's put a lot of butter on his plate," I was like, "What are you on about? It's cheese." It's not cheese. It's not cheese.
it's too slimy for cheese.
Yeah, it's just a slab of butter, which now I could probably eat because butter is the greatest tasting thing ever. But yeah, at the time, I made a mistake.
Boy, haven't we done that? I tell you what, my mother, God bless her, she when we were younger, she used to decant all of our juices, right? And we had this these little sort of glass decanters, and one had oranges up the side, one had apples up the side. And she put the
Yeah,
orange juice in the orange one, the apple juice in the apple one. Like, made
logically.
sense, yeah? Yeah, we're all with her at this point, yeah. Then one day, without warning, she split a bottle of olive oil, right? And she's like, "Oh, I need to put it in something." Grab the first thing she sees, which is the decanter with the apples up the side.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
Puts it in there, and then puts it in the fridge where we kept the apple juice, right? So I've come down middle of the night, fucking, oh, look at that. Mint, we've got apple juice in. I've chugged like half of it before I realised it was oil. It was the fucking
Ooh.
worst experience of my life. However, possibly the most comfortable vomit I've ever had, I have to say.
Yeah, I was loving it as well.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
silkier than Silky the Silkworm's favourite silk pajamas.
Oh,
Lovely.
fantastic! That's not your only mishap with olive oil, is it, Mushu? I recall a time maybe 2 years ago when you were having yourself a cod juice.
Yeah, that happened as well, didn't it? Fucking olive. What is it with that stuff? I mean,
It's only with you, mate. It's not something that happens to me. Do you want
maybe you
to?
should
Do you want
try it.
I'll pass, thanks.
No, you know
I
what?
mean, if I'm in
Olive oil's going in my like box. It's not the worst experience of my life. It's
it's super good for you. But I mean, when you pour it in thinking it's whiskey, then top it up with water and then take a swig before you realise.
yeah. This is
How's that?
why I need better lighting. Because like if it was lighting like this, I would have seen the little oily film on top, and I'd be like, "Hang on, something's amiss here."
Yeah.
But as it is, I like to live like a hermit, a little fucking hobgoblin, just sat in the shadows, and I didn't notice. This is why I drink horrible things.
Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, I can't say I've ever swigged oil knowingly. I've poured it in my ear holes before.
Yeah, that's
Under
supposed to
doctor's
be good for
recommendation.
them, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, which you should be happy with because I suppose that makes me technically marinated.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh!
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell
mean,
you what. Next time you do it, start prepping. Right, use a garlicky olive oil. Crush some garlic cloves, right, and pop them in. Just soak it in the olive oil for a couple of weeks
yeah.
beforehand. Yeah, and then just drizzle it. Actually, massage it.
He rubs the lotion on
Oh,
his skin.
yeah, man. Oh God! And then when we go down in a plane crash or the apocalypse happens or whatever, and everyone's finally turning to cannibalism, I'll be like, "Oh, mine is so deliciously seasoned."
It's so tender. It's so
Yeah,
tender.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus, Lord alive. Okay, right. Well, let's deviate away from the subject of eating me, shall we?
yeah. Let's. Yeah.
Okay, what's something you genuinely love? You can't say your kids. That's the cop out, and you can't say doing what I really like. Rambo.
Something I genuinely love. Oh fuck. Well, where do I start? Why don't we do the other people's first?
Okay, we'll do the other people's.
Because there's only
Hang
two
on.
of them, isn't there?
There's two. We've got Ellie Grande, cheese and
Yeah.
jam sandwiches, and
Right.
having meals with every match. Having mash with every meal. That is not the first time in my life I've heard that people have cheese and jam sandwiches. I suppose it's not really a huge amount different from chutney. And I love cheese.
I'd possibly disagree. It doesn't work for me.
No? Well, I don't eat it because I have a jar of chutney in the cupboard. But I might try it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give it a whirl. It can't be the worst thing in the world, can it? I like jam, I like cheese. I just don't know. I mean, I'm assuming we're just talking like a plain cheddar here. We're not talking like anything like, uh, I don't know, fucking roulade or something.
I think it'd probably work better with roulade because my mind is instantly gone to cheesecake, which is like Philadelphia with basically jam on top of it and biscuits underneath.
Isn't it weird how like sometimes you think of the food separately and you think there's no way they would ever go together, and then your brain realizes that that food's actually existed for a long time and it's quite nice.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm going to give it a try, but
yeah. You see, I don't mind.
I'll probably
I
have
don't
to
mind
try
a cheesecake.
Pardon?
I don't mind a cheesecake.
Yeah,
I'd give that a whirl. Cheese and jam. Yeah, all right then. You've sold me.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll fuck it. We'll give it a go. I'm not going to stick it necessarily in my my love box because in my love box.
That sounds fucking awful.
Yep, we need to rename that.
Or
I'll
do
stick
we?
it in my pickle packet. No, that doesn't work either. My pickle pouch. No. No, I'm not going to confirm or deny whether or not I like that, but it isn't the first time I've heard of it. I've also heard of, we used to have a northern friend, just one. It's like everyone's token black friend. We had a northern friend who went broke up. And she was lovely, but a very strange lady, used to, with the Christmas cake, eat it with a big slab of cheddar.
Why is it always Northerners that have these weird things and they swear to God that it's normal, and then it's like the Southern folk that are the weird ones because they don't like that sort of thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we mutually know a couple of Northern people. We should ask them, shouldn't we?
Yeah, it's like oh, you know what would go nice with these scones is gravy or something like that.
No, but you say that, and
Oh,
Americans
lamb and sponge cake, lovely. Fucking monsters. Oh yeah, I know the Americans have their biscuits and gravy and that, don't they?
Yeah, it's not gravy though. It's like white. It's like a roux with sausage meat. So do you know how to make a roux?
It's just flour, milk, and something else, isn't it?
Fat. So you butter, flour, mix them together, add some water, add some milk. Boom, you've got a roux. So They do it. They use sausage mince, which is quite fatty. Then they add their flour once they've cooked the mince and they've got all the fat out of it and rendered all the fat out. And then they add milk, and they probably add some sort of seasoning, like I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Probably just salt, maybe a bit more extra fat.
Oregano.
Fancy. And that is more or less the foundation of their gravy for their scones, not scones, their biscuits, which are just scones.
Right. You see, that American food sort of, I always used to think I really want to go to America and try their food, and the more I see of it, the more I'm just like,
no, mate.
I don't know. It just looks.
I had it, and they even serve it in McDonald's, and it was fucking amazing. It was so wrong. Every mouthful, I felt like I could feel my arteries closing up a little bit more, but damn, that was some tasty eats. Yeah, I was blown away because I was just like, grits. That's just shit porridge. That was just
I've
real.
always wondered about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just shit porridge. Didn't like it at all.
But then we've got certain foods that, not so much these days, but we had certain foods that like were just ridiculously disgusting, but people used to swear by, like semolina and shit like that, didn't we?
Oh, shut your whore mouth. Semolina is amazing.
Shut your whore mouth. Oh, sorry. I just assumed everyone hated semolina. I thought.
Do you know how versatile that shit is? When was the last time you had a pizza from Domino's?
A good few weeks ago now, because they don't agree with me.
Okay, well, funnily enough, it doesn't really agree with me either, but that's because we're getting old. But you know that dusty shit? That dusty shit?
Yeah.
That's semolina.
Oh, okay.
You could put a sprinkle of it over your jacket potatoes. Not your jacket potatoes, your roast potatoes.
Fuck off.
To give an additional crisp on top. I mean, the stuff is incredible. I get if you're just making it into semolina pudding, it's a little bit lackluster and the world has come on. We do like...
Yeah.
Have you like? I mean, if someone was to give me a bowl of semolina, I'd be like, have you heard of those GU pots? Fuck's
But
sake.
rice pudding, I am all over that. That is straight in my like box. Oh my God, I love that stuff.
Okay, well, where do you stand on tapioca then, halfway between the two?
Not a big fan.
Why is that? Is it because it's a bit frog spawny?
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit sort of. Yeah, I can't really describe it with a word. It's just that. Yeah,
Oh, I know.
yeah.
Okay. And what about the old canned macaroni pudding, seeming as we're going through what seems to be the vintage puddings? Because that's
I
just
don't.
that rice pudding with macaroni, isn't it?
I don't honestly think I've ever had it.
Oh, well, it's more or less the exact same thing.
Well, I'll probably like it then.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of rice pudding every now and then, but I mean, I've got to the point now where I used to have the cans of it growing up. My old dear would occasionally make it. You know, you make the big gelatinous mess that's kind of hot and has a skin on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it turns out cans are nicer than that. I think. But now I'm just to the point where if I really want it, I'll just buy like one yogurt pot full. It's always enough. I'm like, nah, I'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I can live without it. It's
Yeah.
not something I have to have all the time.
No. Wake up in the morning and have your rice pudding. Oh, that set me up for the day, that has. Oh, lovely.
Unlike the mash with every meal.
Mash with every meal. I mean, yeah, that's quite...
I mean, I like mash, and I make a good mash. You know, tooting my own horn a bit here, but I do like a bit of mash, and I make it properly with potatoes. You know, boil them up for a bit, mash them in, knob of butter. Huh?
Properly with potatoes. How do you not properly make them then?
Oh, people use like powder. People use the
fuck off.
frozen things and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but I always chuck something extra in. You know, like blob mustard, bit of fucking garlic, chilies, something like that. You know, just
very good.
Zhuzh it up.
Zhuzh up. Yeah, I'm with you. I think I zhuzh mine so much it actually becomes
its own meal in itself.
I want to call it champ, but I'm not 100% sure that that's a thing or the right word. So cheese, onion, bacons. I tend to make a bit of a roux, but while I'm boiling up my potatoes, and when my potatoes are at mashing stage, I add said roux in instead of adding butter, mash, and all that. So I've just put all the ingredients together.
Yeah, that works, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's quite tasty. But I couldn't have mash with every meal because I am a fundamental believer that a roast dinner should not have mashed potato on it. I find that incredibly irritating.
Well, just don't have roast dinners then.
No, a roast dinner has roast potatoes on it. It's like probably the most acceptable time to have roast potatoes is on the dinner that has the word roast in it.
Well, to be fair, it's the only part of the dinner which has roast in it, isn't it? Unless you're doing roast parsnips, I guess. But
or hog roast.
Or hog roast. Yeah, or that. Sorry, little foodgasm there.
Yeah, I mean, this podcast is just going to turn into a list of food we like, isn't it?
It's already very much like one of those Floyd. What's his name? That Floyd bloke. You know, he did his travels, and all he used to do was drink red wine and get fucking shit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Floyd who got choked out by those horrible police cunts. Police cunts. But
No,
you shouldn't
not
have found his neck. No, his name was Floyd, wasn't it?
Something, yeah, no, but there's lots of people called Floyd. But this Floyd was a British television cook that used to travel around the world.
Oh yeah.
And he just used to drink shitloads of red wine while he was doing his things. And by the end of it, it'd always be shit-faced. It was great.
That sounds pretty.
It's been a bit like that so far. We've talked about wines, whiskies.
I've just finished my beer. Yeah, I couldn't have mash with every meal. No.
Now, I could, and here's why. Because it's something I was going to bring up under my sort of pickle ticklers. I love sloppy food. It is like I will eat anything if it's sloppy. It's like my favourite type of food. Sloppy. I love it. For instance, one of my favourite meals is macaroni and cheese with pulled pork on it.
Oh,
because you can just
lush.
mash it up with a fork. Anything you can eat with a spoon, I generally like.
I've a recipe for you. Honestly, carry on talking. I'll come back to it because I'm not going to forget.
Okay, yeah, yeah, and that's my favourite thing. So mash with everything, you know, like if I hate people, I don't hate them. That's a strong word, and it's unnecessary. It irritates me mildly when people get sausage and mash or something like that, and they cut the sausage, scoop a bit of mash onto it, and all this. The only way to eat sausage and mash is cut it all up and then mash it all up and then eat it like a fucking prisoner. That's that's oh, I love it. Sloppy food, yeah. Anything sloppy. It doesn't matter what it is either. You could
I
throw whatever you wanted into a load of shit and I would eat it if it was sloppy.
Well, I do what you hate with regards to sausage and mash, but I am a big fan of the tray dinner style where you put the mash ladle, spoon, whatever, into the mash and then fill it with gravy like a volcano. So you know that mash is not keeping any of its structural integrity. It is turning into gravy potato soup.
Yeah, but then you're in danger zone, aren't you? Because you get like those little sort of, you know, when the Arctic ice breaks off, you get
Yeah.
those bits of sort of gravy infused mash which break down and just send a tsunami of fucking oily gravy all over you. It happens to me every time.
Not over here, it doesn't. You need to get better at eating.
And you know what's
Um,
great? I always manage to get gravy on the light bits of clothes, like my shirts.
oh
And then I
God,
think at
don't.
least it won't show off on my trousers. I look at my trousers, get cheese sauce down that.
Yeah, that's worse. That's the worst place to get it. I
Mm.
got 2 brand new white t-shirts last month from my t-shirt club, who never got back to me about sponsorship either. The little fuckers. I know,
Mad
how
humble.
rude. How rude. I've been a loyal customer of theirs for like 2.5 years as well. Anywho, I got 2 white t-shirts, and I never pick white ones, but I bought a random box. And the first day, I lost the ability to drink coffee orally, so I tried to drink it through my belly button. That ruined a t-shirt. And the second day, I did the exact same thing. So yeah, I fucked both of my brand new white t-shirts, which in all fairness, I didn't really like the designs very much, but they were new, and it's handy to have a couple of white t-shirts. Yeah, ruined them with fucking coffee. Just
Nice.
do it. Oh, recipe for you, sloppy recipe.
Yeah, go on then.
This is ridiculous. It's probably the worst food you can ever have, but I just somehow imagine you've probably got all the bits in your cupboard. So you need a macaroni pasta and sauce. You know, the blue packets?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to make one of them. And then you need a can of stag chili.
Right, yeah.
Yeah?
I know what you
Okay.
mean.
Yeah, you heat the stag chili, you make the mac and cheese, and then you mix them together
Perfect.
into a symphony of it's ridiculous. I saw something very similar on a cooking channel. His name's Sam the Food Guy. He's on YouTube and he is brilliant, in case you're wondering. Can't put links below because I can't be asked. He is unbelievably
I'd
cool
probably
though.
throw some jalapenos in there as well.
Oh yeah, zhuzh it up however you want, man. You know, I put some hot sauce, bit of Tabasco on the top. Do what you want. I mean, I nobody can eat one of those pasta and sauces without fucking about with it slightly, can they?
Well, no, God, no. What sort of more
No.
pervert would do that?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and it's also quite a lot of food, so I recommend not eating it all, because both the can and the thing say 2 servings. So, I mean,
You're eating 4 people's worth.
yeah, is it though? I mean, but you can feed
Never
2
is.
people comfortably, or you can feed yourself and fall asleep.
Yeah. But you say I should have all of that in stock, right? And it made me chuckle. It made me chuckle because I was watching a film the other day called #Alive, right? And it's a Korean zombie
I
film.
watched it.
Yeah,
I
brilliant.
watched it.
Okay, so you'll know what I'm talking about. I am him. You know where she's like, "You must survive. Ration your food," and he's got like a couple of cereal bars, and he's just looking at it like, "Oh, I should have gone shopping for more groceries." That's me.
Yeah.
Like if the apocalypse hit now, I think I've got a packet of lightly salted popcorn, half a jar of gherkins, and I know I've got some out of date jalapenos as well, and about 16 bottles of Tabasco sauce.
And some fish.
Yeah, I mean that That's going to be like day 5 of starvation, I think.
Hey, actually, can you reach that can of that fish slop shit? Can you reach it? Does it have calorie information on there? Like, how many calories per 500 grams is that? Just out of interest. Sorry, this is super boring for everybody, but...
Well, I don't read Swedish.
Did they not have to stick an English sticker over it?
No.
Oh, you are going to poison the shit out of us, aren't you?
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's going in my like box as well, that stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I can't
fantastic.
wait. I can't wait. I'm genuinely looking forward to trying that horrificness. Well, unlike you, that hashtag alive. Did you watch it with dubbing?
No, I watched it. I don't like dubbing. It aggravates me. I watched with subtitles in its native language.
Okay, I always have subtitles on with Netflix. I turned it on once and just never turned it off.
Yeah, I'm one of them as well.
Yeah, it's kind of handy. Particularly, there was a movie about a deaf girl and these sort of mini pterodactyls that came out of nowhere that were attracted to sound. I want to say it was called Hush, but I'm not sure it was. And I already had the subtitles on, and it translated the sign language that they were doing. Whereas if you watched it without, there was nothing there. So you just had to sort of guess what they were saying.
Yeah, that's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, since then I've left subtitles on. Anyway, I put the dubbing on there, and it was brilliant because they were speaking English, there were subtitles, and they didn't fucking match. They weren't even close to matching.
No, I've noticed that on a few things.
I couldn't believe it. I felt scandalised, if I'm honest. I was like, this is your fucking job, mate. Put those subtitles up there and make them match the fucking words they're saying. Don't just rewrite the dialogue like you're some sort of fucking composer, not composer, writer. Just yeah, get you fucking
You're the script writer, you'd be well pissed off, wouldn't you? It's, oh, my script not good enough, no? You think you can do better? Right, come on then, you fucking do it.
It was a bloody cool film though.
Yeah, very good.
They'll probably remake it. But it was just about, the only thing I didn't like was the ending. Because it was like, oh, there's no hope. And then all of a sudden, spoiler alert, tune out now for the next 10 seconds if you don't want to hear what happens at the very end. All of a sudden, there was a fucking helicopter that was already flying and already powered up, but they hadn't heard. And it had gone. They didn't notice that it was 2 floors below, just hovering there, waiting to pop up at the last minute. And that was the only bit that annoyed me.
Yeah, but I know what you mean, but you've got to give them some artistic license, haven't you? It would have been shit if they just watched the helicopter come back round and then come down. You need that sort of tense, like, oh no, and then it, you know.
Well, maybe if it had come from the other side, if it had come from the other side of the building, and it had made the zombies stop in their tracks, and then they started mowing them down. That's what I would have done, basically. If that was my movie, if I was writing the subtitles for it. When the helicopter pops up in front of them, I'd have been like, actually, it was on the other side of the building. But yeah.
I think I would have gone for it, since the military are already sort of there, I would have gone for a long range gunship sort of thing, because just like, you know, raining sort of minigun fire, like just mincing all the zombies, and them just sat there like, and then the helicopter flying in from the distance.
Yeah.
You know,
that would have worked as well. Incidentally, that was a really good gun noise.
Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, no, it sounded just like in Call of Duty when you've got the Gatling guns on the planes.
See, what you could do now is edit that, so I just go pa 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 over the top.
Change it to yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
but it won't sound good.
Train to Busan as well. That's a very good film.
Sorry?
Train to Busan.
I never saw it.
I think it's still on either Netflix or Amazon. It's an amazing film, and it's really, really, really good as far as zombie films go.
No, I remember seeing the trailer for it. I will have to have a look and see if it's on either of those. I haven't got work tomorrow, so I might treat myself instead and watch it tonight.
That's a pickle tickler. Zombie films.
Yes, Tickles my pickle, good and proper.
Favourite genre of film. I love them. I think I've seen the majority of them out there.
Yeah, well, that was easy, wasn't it? And, sorry,
wasn't it just?
Like, because I wanted to go and get myself a whiskey and water, because after talking about it, I really wanted one. And this is what it looks like.
And how's it going down, mate?
It's delicious, man. It's delicious. Mm. So before that brief interlude, Mushu just mentioned what goes into his like box, and that was zombie films.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now, previous viewers may be aware that I constantly veto the subject of zombies because we did 2 podcasts on zombies. But this, I feel, was a special occasion because it's specifically talking about the movies. And I happen to fucking love zombie films. They are if I could only pick one genre of movies and it had to be specific, I would probably pick zombie ones because some of them are scary, some of them aren't, some of them are funny, some of them aren't. I mean, you can get everything with zombies in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought we'd have a little chatter about them, seeing as they're both going in our like boxes. Can you have you got a top one, like a number one, or a...
I've got a top 3.
A top 3? That's way better than I thought. Go for it, Moosh.
Yeah, I think my very first favourite one. No, actually, there's probably no particular order because they're all very different films. Zombie Flesh Eaters.
Okay.
It's the very first zombie film I ever saw. I used to have it when I was very young. I think it's in the 70s sometime it was made. And I remember it just being really tense. It's set on a tropical island with like the typical American missionaries or whatever they are over there. But all through the film, there's the same drum beat, like and it's all the way through the film, and it really unsettles you because you don't really notice it's there. Where you're watching the film, you forget it's there, and every now and then it sort of surfaces a bit more, and you're just like, oh, that fucking drum beat's still going, and it's just a brilliant zombie film. It's really tense, and it was the first set of boobs I saw on screen as well. Which was...
set of boobs, really? Well, the first set of boobs I saw on TV was Clash of the Titans, the original, but that's something totally different.
I didn't realise there's boobs in that.
Yeah, just before they sacrificed that princess woman to the Kraken, they bath her. Yeah, and she walks out all like, not how anyone ever gets out of a bath, I should just like to add. And yeah, she's naked. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I have seen that, and I feel like the drum beat you're talking about is meant to sort of give you a feeling of like the voodoo, because the original, I think the zombie story came from voodoo in general, way back in the day, and it was supposed to be, obviously that's how voodoo wizards, I don't know what they're fucking called,
generally priests.
Voodoo priests, brilliant. They had these zombie slaves, and apparently I read this in something that is not entirely reliable. It wasn't Facebook because that didn't exist. It was meant to be that if they ate salt, it meant they remembered things, and then would inevitably end up eating their priest, master, wizard man from it. But yeah, so I feel like that drum beat is meant to be indicative of that.
Almost definitely, yeah. I mean, there's very heavy voodoo undertones to the whole thing.
Okay. I mean, it was a long time ago I saw that one.
Yeah, it's interesting you should point that out, though, because I've read certain theories that there's poisons and stuff like that which can be administered to people which will literally make them into mindless slaves. And that salt is a natural antidote to that.
Is the poison called the Daily Mail?
Satire. Yeah. So that's one of them. Reason being, it's probably the first zombie film I've, and spoiler alert, at the end scene is great, where this yacht that was there in the beginning finally washes into a harbour on the mainland America.
Yeah. There's a sequel.
Yeah, I think there is. Yeah, I didn't like the sequel as much though.
No, it was terrible.
Yeah,
absolutely terrible.
Yeah, great ending scene. I loved it. Second up, Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Yeah, because they're nerds, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, and nerds. They're massive nerds, and they it shows. You know, they're massive zombie buffs themselves, and they've got everything, all of the massive cliches that need to be in a zombie film are in there, and they've just made it so brilliantly funny. I love it.
Yeah. It's amazing. Honestly, my love for Nick Frost after watching that, is it Into the Badlands? What was that show we were watching?
Into the Badlands.
After watching that, honestly, I would quite happily take Simon Pegg's place and be the little spoon, because I know those two like a little spoon together. They'd
be mad if they didn't.
So much. I mean, the wire work he did in that. When he finds a nunchuck on the floor and he's like, "Ooh, a nunchuck." He's taking out like 40 people. He's this massive 20-stone bearded fat guy, and he just whips them all down. But yeah, I'll give you that. Shaun of the Dead is tremendous. It's a good one.
Very funny, but still manages to encapsulate the sort of horror of the situation. You know, like the fact that everyone you know is dead, and it's just hopeless, and they're just shuffling constantly towards you.
Yeah.
Then I'd say, probably I would go for Train to Busan.
Damn it, the one I haven't seen.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's my fault. I missed it.
It's set. It's not giving anything away to say that the majority of the film is set on a moving high-speed train.
Yeah, it's a bullet train, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just so what's the word? Claustrophobic. And everything like that, and it's just the worst case scenario. If you can imagine a horde of zombies, because they're not the slow shuffling type of zombies, which normally I would prefer.
Yeah,
they're the fast, I'll do anything I can to get to you and eat you sort of zombies. And seeing them sort of scrabbling across the top of the seats, and people sort of trying to trip over luggage, getting away from them and stuff. It's just the worst. Oh, it's just gut wrenching, if you know what I mean. It's great. Love it.
Does anybody at any point in this movie, and I appreciate is it a Korean movie or is it a Japanese?
I believe so, yeah. No, I think it's Korean.
Does anybody go, "I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking zombies on this train"?
No, Samuel L. Jackson just pops up out of nowhere. It's remarkable. That doesn't happen.
Did you see Flight of the Dead, which was basically snakes on a plane but with zombies?
I don't think so. There's some zombie films that I can't watch because I know I'll hate them.
Oh, mate, that's a treat. That's a great movie. Yeah, it's super good. They're like trying to kill people with sporks. It's so fucking good. Okay, right. Well, that was a good top three, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm a George Romero fan, so the very first zombie film I saw was, unfortunately, I feel like it was the remake of Night of the Living Dead. The actor who's in From Dusk Till Dawn as Sex Machine, that's the guy with the codpiece. I've mentioned him before, but I can never fucking remember his name. I just remember he was called Sex Machine in that. He remade it in colour. Because the original Night of the Living Dead, although it came out, I think it came in 1969 or something, colour TV was available, but it was infinitely cheaper to do it in black and white. And then he lost out and made no money from it at all, which is why you can watch it online for free, because there's no copyright on it anymore. That was one of the first ones that I remember seeing and actively enjoying. And then when I saw that and I realised that it was just a remake, I rewatched the original, which is tremendous as well. I became an instant fan of George Romero, and he didn't do anything after Night, Dawn and Day for a long time. And then he did like Land of the Dead and Film of the Dead, but I think he did one more after that as well, although I can't quite remember the name. But yeah, I really like his, because he sticks to that certain law, doesn't he? Yeah. He created the genre that we've all come to know of the slow shuffling zombies. I didn't like it when in Day of the Dead, when they had that fucking talking bub. That was really fucking irritating. What a fucking dick move that was. I
didn't like the giant mechanic. The big black mechanic guy that could direct the zombies places.
That was Land of the Dead.
Yeah, whichever one it was. It was. That's a shit move. No, we don't like intelligent zombies.
No,
Well,
no, no, no. I like the Dawn of the Deads. The Dawn of the Deads are my two favourite. The remake in 2006, I saw it at the cinema. Now I know they changed it so that they were fast running zombies in that, but the idea of being stuck in a shopping mall, back when malls actually had people in them and shops in them, that really appeals to me. I can't imagine anything better than being stuck in a place with like 1,000 shops.
Definitely.
Yeah, that really works.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. I think that's part of the appeal of the zombie thing, isn't it? It's just like there's nothing you can do other than loot. Just
Yeah,
loot
pretty
stuff.
much. Yeah. And it would all be fucking pointless shit, you know. Like the first couple of weeks of it, I'd just be running around grabbing like TVs and shit like that, which are going to be useless when the power runs out anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's the sort of romance of it all, isn't it? But I think the terror of zombies, the reason I like them more than any other sort of ghost or ghoulie or anything like that is the inevitability of it all. The fact that they don't move fast, but they don't need to, because there's just so many of them and they never stop. They're always there, you know. They're not going away unless you make them go away. That's what terrifies me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's quite something, isn't it?
And on that, it's not a zombie film, but there's a film called It Follows, and I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
You've just watch it. It's well worth a watch. It's such an original idea for a horror. Are you aware of the story behind it? Sort of like,
Nah, give us a breakdown.
In a nutshell, girl has sex with a guy and wakes up tied to a chair. The guy's like, "It's coming for you now." She's like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "I'm sorry. You pass it through sex, basically."
Okay.
But he's like, "There's something out there, and it's coming for you. It was coming for me, but now I've passed it on to you, and now it's coming for you. And I don't know where it is. You don't know like what it's going to look like. It could look like anyone or anything, but it is always moving towards you, and you cannot let it catch up with you," sort of thing. And she's like, "Okay." And then throughout the film, every now and then there'll be like really fucking so tense scenes where they'll be having a conversation or something. You just see someone like an old man in a hospital gown, like right across the field, just walking really slowly towards them and getting closer and closer. And you're like, "Fuck, is that the thing? Is that it? Is that, is that what it's looking like?" And all this. It's such a good film, and it can change appearance at any time, and no one else can see it apart from the person that it's after.
Oh, that sounds nightmarish.
Yeah, it is horrific. It is such a good film, though. It's well worth a watch. Well worth a watch.
Oh, worst one night stand ever for that girl.
Yeah, right.
I should be like, "Oh man, I'd much rather have got chlamydia. Can I have chlamydia? Oh, fuck's sake." Of course, a penicillin won't clear that one up, love.
I'll tell you a really good zombie comedy, though. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a film called Brain Dead. It's
ones from like the 80s, the Hammer House sort of things.
Well, it's not a Hammer House one. It was actually directed by Peter Jackson. It was the second film he directed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when he was low budget. The first one he did was Bad Taste, about the aliens coming down and invading the town, which is amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's so funny. And the second one was Brain Dead, which again is really, really funny. It's where basically this woman gets bitten by a monkey, which gives her this zombie virus, and her son is desperately trying to contain it, and just more and more people turn up, and in the end he's trying to domesticate this group of like 10, 15 zombies or something like that, which have all been infected. And it's just so funny, and it's got the best scene ever where he runs through a crowd of zombies with an upended flymo.
I like that.
Yeah, it's well worth a watch though, that one.
That's good. I'm going to put Zombieland into my list because that was just brilliant. It was so funny, and it had been so long since there had been any decent zombie films. Woody Harrelson's in it. I mean, it's just brilliant. The second one's all right. The first one, however, it's all about the first one. Yeah,
the first one's amazing. I'd be well happy to have that in my top three, but I haven't got one.
You haven't got room. Well, in all fairness, I chose a director as opposed to a fucking zombie film. So,
Well,
yeah, I can't really talk about that. But
that's the one with the rules, isn't it?
yeah, like double
Like
tap,
cardio, and all that.
Yeah, rule 1, cardio. Rule 2, always wear a seatbelt.
I love that they address the elephant in the room where zombie films are concerned, isn't in that fat dudes, we're all going first. We're all fucked.
Yes, we are. Yeah,
and the thing is, that kind of makes the whole zombie thing kind of like a failed enterprise from the start, because all the zombies you're going to have are going to be the fat ones that can't move very fast, and all the people alive are going to be the athletic ones that can just run rings around them. So you're going to end up with an army of superhumans and an army
the rest,
of super dumb zombies.
Chubby keep walking along at 3 or 4 miles an hour. Just...
That's true.
I remember once saying, if I got bit, I think I would rather be left as opposed to shot, and in which time I would duct tape knives to my hands and put a bucket over my head. So I'd be like a souped up zombie.
That's really mean.
Yeah,
it's wear a suit of armor or something like that.
Yeah, I was having this conversation many years ago. They're like, what would you do if you got bit? And I was like, I don't know, duct tape some knives to my hand, but put like a bucket Spartan helmet on. Something, maybe not a bucket Spartan helmet, maybe like I think it was a like a bicycle helmet. It's all I had. I was just like, I'd stick my bike helmet on. I mean, it'd give me an extra blow to the head.
Yeah, fair enough. A little bit of protection's better than nothing.
Yeah. You've got to leave your mouth free, haven't you?
Well, yeah. Or do like The Walking Dead and get the metal caps with the spikes coming out of it.
Oh yeah, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead's a bit of an annoyance for me because I've read those graphic novels, and I fell a little bit behind last year, and I caught up, and I had like 4 to buy, and I bought them all, and then the motherfucker ended. The last one that came through, I was like, "Oh, this is big," and I was like, "Oh, what? It's the last one." I was gutted, and the TV series at times has been incredible, but currently, my God, it's because Kirkman, the original writer, he's not part of the TV show anymore.
Yeah,
he jumped ship before it sunk, and I mean, there's the odd episode that's fantastic, but my God, it's a chore to watch at the moment.
Yeah,
and
that's it. It's just a bit difficult.
The fucking COVID virus, they got the last series came out in like January or whenever it did, and we didn't get the last episode of the series, so we got to wait until I think it's next month for the last episode of the last series, and then it's going on a mid-season break, which isn't a mid-season break because the fucking season should have ended in January, and we have to wait until bloody February again. They never caught up with the times. I think mid-season breaks are a dick fucking move. They need to pack it in. The time of mid-season breaks is gone. People are not patient enough for that shit. Well, I'm
like
not.
Ice cream interludes at the cinema. A thing of the past.
They are a thing of the past, but they are one thing that they could bring back. As I've got older, I've appreciated the ability to go for a piss midway through a fucking 2.5-hour movie more than anything. I really miss the days where the lights would warm up gently and you could buy yourself an ice cream and you could go for a quick wee and you get back in time and you not miss anything. Now I just...
I'm just thinking now I might have made a horrible error. I thought that's what those big curly plastic cups are for, that you can buy from the kiosk.
Do yours not come full?
I wondered why they had straws.
Do you not latch it around the end of it?
I thought that catheter was extremely large.
Oh, what a horrible thought. It's not even remotely pliable, Wushu. Oh,
I know. It's such solid plastic. But there we go.
Oh, dearie me. Okay, right. Well, let's stop talking about zombies.
Go on then. Why don't you hit us with something that really, really tickles your pickle?
Something I really, really like. I don't know. It's probably a bit boring. I like video games.
Fair enough.
Who doesn't? I mean, obviously, I'm a COD fiend. That's the game that I've always liked, since it's what got me into the new generation of consoles. I had the Xbox and I had the PlayStation 3 and I didn't really use them all that much. Occasionally a game would come out, and then Call of Duty 4 came out. Sorry, not COD 4, Modern Warfare. I played that and my mind was fucking blown. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought we were having a moment then.
Yeah.
You look like crying.
It's because I'm drinking this bloody whiskey and water. I'm not getting emotional. It's really nice, but it keeps making me burp, and I don't want to burp because that's disgusting.
Yeah, fair dues.
I like Call of Duty. I mean, I don't play it anywhere near as much as I do, but every time I get into a decent session on it, I thoroughly enjoy it. It's consistent. I mean, it peaks and troughs like anything. There's times that it's shit, and there's other times that it's like the best way to while away many hours.
I get COD rage as soon as I put it on now. I am terrible for it. I literally, I very rarely make it to the menu without being ragey. Just because it just fucking winds me up. Everything about it winds me up at the minute. I'll get back to it, but I'll be all right. But for the minute, I can't go near it.
I'm not rushing out to go and buy the new one.
No.
It's the Battle Royale. I love it.
What about we want the weirder things that you like, not the normal stuff though, like,
weirder
for
things.
Instance, I love, in fact, things like jet washing videos. Right.
Oh shit! I've only recently got. They're really satisfying, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah, there is nothing like watching someone jet washing a patio or fence or something like that, and or complicated things like cars or something like that. Whoa.
Yeah. Well, okay, so obviously I live on a traveller site. I'm not a traveller, I stay put. But I'm on a traveller site. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned before, but whatever stereotypes you have about travellers, aside from the fact that they're pretty much all lovely, that I've had no aggro from anybody, they're absolutely brilliant. They are fucking obsessed with jet washing. I've never seen anything like it. You think your old man's jet washer viewers, he's the one, oh no, I won't lend it out because you might break it, and it plugs in, rah, 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 rah. You think they've got a powerful jet washer. You've never been to a traveller site. These are petrol powered motherfuckers, and every day, no word of a lie, somebody is jet washing something. They are obsessed with it, and I get it because it's so satisfying. It's I fully appreciate those videos.
The other one along those lines is it called vinyl dipping? When they have it's like a pool of some sort of liquid. I don't know the science behind it. I just watch the videos because they're pretty and colourful. And they've got the pattern laid out on the pool, and then they get like I was watching one with World War II helmets and stuff like that. And they put them in, and then they come out, and the pattern's perfectly over them. And oh my god, those things as well. I don't know why, but they do weird things to me.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck. I think it's got the word dip in it. But I'm not 100% sure. My little girl did it not long ago. I can't remember what it's called because it's something new, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Okay, so things that I really like, they're a bit knives. Actually, knives. I've got.
You love your knife,
unhealthy. Yeah, I do like a knife. If a year goes by and I don't get a new one, I feel very disappointed in myself. But my collection is fairly well equipped now. There's only a couple that I actually want. Actually, to be honest, there's only two that I actually really, really want nowadays. And I want a new Mora.
New what?
A Mora, that's the Scandinavian bushcraft knife. They've got a very specific grind. It's just incredible. I've got one, but it's old, so I want a new one of them. And then I've got this an unhealthy obsession, and I like it so much. I don't know why I don't have it, but I really want a K-bar. The military, I think it's like the Marines knife in America.
I'll take your word for it, mate. Knives are your thing, not mine.
Yeah, I really, really want one of them. But yeah, I do have a mildly unhealthy. Look, there you go. My little Swiss Army knife just come out of my pocket. And then what else have we got? Then I've got a Gerber, also in my pocket. Got that on my keys, which I use for work. I use all the time. And then I don't have any more on me. And now I have none on me because I've just emptied my pockets out. But yeah, I do have. I think somebody told me when I was a kid. I think I was about 13, and it was one of my teachers when I went to Hogwarts, not Hogwarts, that a man should always have a lighter, a knife, and whatever the other fucking thing he said was, I can't remember. But they're the two things I thought. Huh?
Condom?
No, he didn't say that. He liked it bareback. He did be proper.
Hogwarts has changed.
Hogwarts has changed. Yeah, I can't quite remember what it was. But yeah, I tend to keep a knife and a fire starter on me in some way, shape, or form. It's probably an unhealthy obsession. I think the thing is, he said this back in the day when everybody still smoked. So even if you weren't a smoker, it was still handy to have a lighter. It's like the first time I ever went to a music festival, I did some, I want to say research, which essentially it was research. It was like, what should I expect? What should I take? And they're like, even if you're not a smoker, take some king skins and take a lighter. Because there will always be somebody who needs one of the above. And like, I wasn't going to a festival without taking king skins. Don't worry. But like when I went with a particular girlfriend from many, many, many moons ago, who didn't smoke, and I went out to the pound shop, and they used to have these novelty lighters that came with little lights on the bottom. They come like a 6-pack, and there was a little slider, so there was a little LED light in the bottom of it as well. And I was like, oh, here you go, have a couple of these, stick them in your pockets, they might come in useful. And they did come in useful when I lost mine. And I was like, got a light? Oh, sleep over here. But yeah, that's a weird little like for me. It's pen knives. Always has been. I think growing up and watching Rambo as a fucking 10-year-old. I mean, he's one man. He could take on the entire army, and he's just got a knife.
But it's a fuck off girt big knife, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's not overly practical either. I did eventually get one, but yeah. So you live on the island. You know the gun shop in Newport.
Yep.
I used to get off the bus. I used to live in Ryde and go to school in Newport. I used to get off the bus in Newport, and then we'd have to walk from Newport to ABK, which is it's not far, a mile and a half maybe. But I'd always walk past the gun shop to go and letch at the knives in the window in there.
Yeah.
little 10-year-old just like,
I used to like those shops, like you go abroad or something and you go to those like the little shops on the seafront, and they've got like fucking every blade ever imagined in a fantasy novel or something like that. Like,
oh yeah, I never bought one of those. Never once bought a fantasy novel knife.
No,
you know, the stupid ones that aren't practical in any way. Yeah.
But they're great for browsing though, aren't they?
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, back in the day, before what was his name? Before Gordon Brown took over Tony Blair's reign, you used to be able to buy knives on eBay. I had some orders come through then. This is, again, a very, very long time ago. But yeah, that's mine. What about you then? You got anything slightly odd that would go into your like bucket?
Well, obviously, that's a bit too obvious, isn't it? The guns and stuff like that.
You've got toy guns. You should make that clear that
they are toy. Yeah, these are all airsoft weapons. But even so, I love collecting them and stuff like that. I like having them around. You know, I've got them all over the place.
They do look cool as shit.
Yeah, and they're all sort of moderately functional, you know. But yeah, I do like that. But I like. I mean, I've developed a new like just recently of spicy stuff, which we're probably quite aware of now. If anyone's seen this before, it's like, But that's really weird. That's really strange because now I just love it, and I've never been that bothered about it before. You know,
I remember when I first met you in the flesh. It was when we were having those fires and drinking whiskey, and with the hot wings.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a prelude to what has become of you since.
Yeah, I'd say
There was
that
a
was
certain
fair.
amount of skepticism when I was like, "Oh, I've got some hot wings here," and I just like slung them up on the table. And yeah,
Yeah, because I remember thinking, like, at the time, I was like, no, I'm not really into hot wings. They're not my thing.
yeah.
And then I had a few more drinks, didn't I? I had one, and I was like, oh, you know what?
They're very
Doing.
Moorish. That
Yeah. And I
do
ended
you
up
know,
just eating like a whole fucking. I think I ate like 2 bags worth of them. It was ridiculous.
I did buy quite a lot.
Yeah.
That's a glorious thing. Morrison's goes into my super like box, by the way.
Morrison's
That's
at the end of the day. I love going bargain hunting. Any supermarket, in fact.
yellow
Like,
stickers. Yellow
yeah.
stickers is definitely in my super like box. For some
Oh,
reason,
yeah.
if yellow sticker on it, it tastes 5 times better than if you paid full price for it. It's so weird. A sandwich, what? All the lettuces were weird, but it was 10p. 10p?
My favourite one is when you got the yellow sticker on it, and like it's a can of Coke or something like that, and you pick it up. Well, it's Coke Zero, something you'd never normally actually buy, and then you put all those gold caffeine-free ones, say.
Oh, no.
And you pick it up, and you're like, oh, it's like 5p, and you look at it. There's nothing wrong with this. You know, this is perfectly fine. You feel so smug about it, don't you? Like a brand
Yeah,
new can of Coke, fucking 5p or
I,
whatever.
I remember once, okay, so occasionally I get shamed because I'm a big guy. So, you know, if I go to the shops and I buy shit, almost certainly I'm thinking that the person behind the till is thinking, huh, surprised you look like that. Okay, but I used to live up the road from a brand new co-op. Like this co-op had just opened, it just been built, they just put it there. And obviously when they first open a shop, they don't know what stock levels they're going to need. And I went down to the shop and they had their finer mince beef. I don't know, it's fucking cows that have been cuddled and whispered to at night or something.
It's
But
just lower fat content in it.
oh, I hate lower fat content. You need the fat. Fat is flavour. Fat is flavour.
I think
Fat is the conduit to which all flavour is transmitted. That's the only quote from in the Middle I can do. Anyway, I go down there and they're super expensive mince beef. You've got about 20 of them. That's an exaggeration. About 10 of them at 10p a piece as opposed to the normal £5. Now I bought every single one of them. I just put them all in my basket straight away. And I was like, well, I'm freezing it, obviously. And I got to the counter and this guy behind the counter, a cheeky little shit, was like, oh, I hate it when people do this. And I was like, do what? And they're like, oh, I'll buy all this. And I was like, sorry, you hate it when people come into your shop and buy your fucking stock. He's like, well, you bought, and I was like, well, what? It's on the shelf. I'm buying it. I'm going to freeze it. And I'm going to save myself a fucking fortune in your overpriced mince beef. It's not my fault it's 10p. I'd be mad to leave it behind, you dickhead. Yeah. And it was wonderful. Every mouthful of it. It was absolutely delicious.
It's a bargain.
Yeah, and I also know that I pissed off some ratty little teenager who works behind the counter of Co-op.
Yeah. Fucking neck in, fool.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, hot wings.
I've never been one of those people that fucking loiters though. You know, the ones that sort of follow the women around. I say women follow the people around with the bargain trolley and the reduced gun. You get the people sort of giving it all the fucking Secret Service shit, like around the, you know, where are they now? Oh, they're over there. What are they doing? What's that rolls? Can you see what the price of the rolls are? No, I'll move closer and all that. You're just like fucking, just go over there when they put them on the shelf.
Well, I've been in the situation up Asda. Asda's a monster, isn't it? There's too much, and people get really aggy. It always feels with the reduced section in Asda, it's always like the start of a car boot sale. Where, you know, you get those fucking knobheads who you haven't even set your table up, and they start rummaging through the back of your car and in your underpants. And
yeah,
I mean, literally, you feel like you're having a cavity exam. You're like, whoa, back the fuck up, yo. Yeah, it's just like that. But I've been in Asda and like, oh, you're reducing, and I've said it to the person, like, yeah, we're going to do these, and these, and I was like, what are you reducing them to? Just out of interest. And when they're like 30p, I like, do you know what? I'll take all of them off you. It's just you stick them stickers on them, I'll have them. I'm happy to wait. I'll go browse over there if you want. But yeah, it gets pretty savage up there at times. But I don't. I don't tend to go specifically ever looking for yellow stickers, but
Yeah.
I'll always have a little, hello, what are we looking at here? On my way past. Actually, yellow stickers.
Like box.
Definitely in my like box. 100%. 100%. They can go alongside chicken wings because that's my favourite food by far. I'm unhealthily obsessed with them. We've got one more comment on our Facebook page that we've not addressed.
No.
Stacey A. Page said, Christmas time, I've got to have Whatsits in so I can have a turkey and Whatsit sandwich. Oh, and I love stationery. I have a hoard of Post-it notes and pens.
I don't like stationery, but I do like new stationery. Like, I've got drawers with shit tons of pens in. Like, it just pisses me off having pens everywhere. But I love going into like pen shops like WH Smith and sort of seeing all the different pens all lined up and shit like that. I like that.
No, I don't.
Unused pencils. I like that.
Unused. I like a virgin.
A virgin rubber as well.
Oh. Unsullied by the public's hands.
Yeah, completely unspoilt by graphite. Just like, shiny brand new rubber. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah.
No, I'm not with you. I'm not with either of you on the stationery front. I like having a pen. I've got a little coffee pot and I put my pens in that, and I had a lovely pen. My friend brought it back for me from the Harry Potter tour. And I now don't know where it is. It lasted me a long time.
Have you ever heard of the biro paradox?
No, but I want to.
Well, prepare yourself, for here it is. The biro paradox states that you rarely use a biro until it's run out of ink. Yeah, that rarely happens. You normally lose it before then. However, it's quite common to find a biro which has no ink in it.
That is very, very true.
And that's the paradox.
I've run one or two out. I'm quite a fan of... okay, right. Oh, God, I'm so boring at times. Listen to this.
Okay, tell me you got a favourite pen.
Yeah, 100%. I like blue. I don't like black. But you know the four-way Bic blue pens. They got blue, green, red, and black.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Last one of these I had it for ages, and I remember taking it apart and seeing that I only had the tiniest of little bits of blue left. I was really disappointed in myself. And I'm doing work, and I got to a house on a duty that I don't normally do, and it had a real fucking shit cunt of a dog who went mental at the post. I couldn't get the post in, so I had to use my pen. And drinking beer. Beer after whiskey. Dear me. Anyway, so I had to use my pen to push it through, and a little fucker pulled my pen in, thus meaning I could not run my pen out. But giving somebody a pen that was nearly run out. I mean, it's almost what you just said then. This person's got home, and yeah, sure, their post is chewed up, but man, they got lucky. They got a brand new blue Bic pen. I mean, the blues, but the red, the green, and the black, loads left in that. Yeah,
what if they're a teacher and they only write in red pen? They've won the fucking lottery.
They have, haven't they? It's like the opposite of Christmas tipping, isn't it? Oh, look, the postman gave me a tip today. Got his fucking pen. But yeah, no, I'm not a man. I genuinely... I mean, there's a few types of pen that I like. I like a blue Bic biro. I mean, it's lovely. But
I like a nice fountain pen.
Wow, what is this, 1987?
I grew up using fountain pens and I love them. I really like them. I think they write smoother. I don't know, everything about them I really like.
I haven't used a fountain pen since Woolworths was a thing. I don't even know where you can buy fountain pens from anymore.
Fucking everywhere, I'd guess.
Definitely not everywhere. Definitely not. I mean, everywhere you can buy a pen, I reckon 1 in 10 places sells a fountain pen. I don't even think schools, because when I went to school, you had to have a certain caliber of handwriting before you could use a fountain pen, and then you had to use a fountain pen. Does that ring a bell to like your childhood?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay. Well, I mean, you were dragged up in the boroughs of London or Yorkshire, one of the two. I don't know.
Raised in Hampshire, thank you very much.
Yeah, raised in Hampshire, yeah. But I mean, schooling when you were at school was probably chalk on a blackboard, wasn't it?
We did have a lot of
sorry,
chalk.
charcoal on a whiteboard. It was charcoal from the fire. Billy Bob, you burnt down those logs.
Yeah, because I was in the deep south at the time.
Yeah, it's the only voice I can do. I honestly, I've not used a fountain pen in so fucking long, but we had to as a kid. But yeah, no, doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, but other than that, no, stationery doesn't really float my boat. I know some people who love it. However, I do like it on the odd occasion. I get to raid the stationery drawers at work. Just seeing like what new shit. Yeah, oh, do I need any bulldog clips? Probably. You know, what's this? A ruler? I've never used a ruler since school, but I'll take it. A protractor, the most useless bit of fucking mathematical equipment ever, but I'll have it.
When was the last time you used a protractor? I mean, honestly, if it's not a right angle, because like occasionally I do some manly stuff where I have to like build shit and make it level, which in my place doesn't fucking work because I don't know. Might have noticed my eyes occasionally been drifting off screen, and that's because I've got a whiskey bottle sat on the side here, and my place is so not level that the bottle is here, but the whiskey is like this. it's super distracting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so any normal like building project, that makes me sound so much more manly than I am, requires right angles.
Yeah,
that is fucking it. I mean, I've never needed a protractor for anything. I'd be like, oh, I've got 78 degrees, but and that's it. No more than 78 degrees. Like, fuck me. Yeah.
No, it's like algebra, isn't it? It's like I've never really had the need for algebra either.
No, I do think there could be some sort of reform in the schools of applicable, useful information for children. I mean, if anything, just finances. Just learning how to fucking manage your money would be more useful than algebra, I think. Yeah.
The problem is, if you start teaching things like tax and stuff like that, you're opening children's eyes to the fact that the system just consistently rapes you, and they don't want to alert you to that until you're already in the system and coming out of it.
I hadn't thought of that. That's a good point.
But other than that, yeah.
God, we are cynical, aren't we?
Anyway, that's what I love, just tearing things apart.
yeah, totally. Oh, Jesus. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about Stacey's, weren't we? Christmas time. Yeah. What's this? Do you know what? Not specifically the what's it's, but I fucking love me a crisp sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, I will pretty much put any kind of crisp into a sandwich. I can't say I've used what's it's because I don't often buy them because I find they make my teeth go a bit gacky.
I'm not a big fan of what's it's. I don't like cheese flavoured crisps, really.
Okay. Well, if we found you a different flavour, would you be willing to try the what's it challenge? The what's it challenge, I hear you ask. Go on,
what's it? See what I did there? What is it?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Mushi. How many what's it's can you get into your mouth without chewing? This is something for next week. Okay, you have to go and buy yourself a cheap bag of what's it's from your local shop.
Yep.
It is absolutely repulsive, but it's surprising the number you can squeeze in. I can't quite remember.
You come out with little lines. I'm going to do a montage of all the little lines that you come out with, which are just so creepy.
What do you mean?
It's surprising the amount that you can fit in. It's just, I don't know. It just sends a little shiver down my spine.
Well, I mean, come next week, you get yourself some Whatsits, and we'll play this game live. It'll be something to do. Hopefully, Rambo will be back on the scene, and Jeeves will be back up and running. But if not, it will give us. It's so bad, but it's brilliant. Someone to ask me about it. It's like, how many Whatsits can you fit in your mouth? I was like, fuck knows. Off to the shop. I'll be right back. And it was a lot. It was a lot of Whatsits. But it's a two-man game because you lose count after about 20 because you're just like.
This is just really what we resorted to.
But, yeah. You look like a fucking hamster, but with Whatsits. But. No, Stacey, I 100% agree.
I'm well up for the crisp sandwiches, just not those
crisp sandwiches. I love Christmas, and you know, I love everything about Christmas. I love all the smells because every air freshener seems to just turn into nice, delicious, warm smells over Christmas. I remember I bought one of those. You know, when you walk past them and they go, psst. Yeah, I bought one of them in like January, February time because it was Christmas scents, but it was reduced. Yellow stickers again. And when I saw the price of it, I ended up buying like 6 of them. So all year round, my bedroom smelled like cinnamon.
You see, I've got one of them, but I haven't topped it up for ages. And now I think the batteries are running out as well. And really unhelpfully, it's normally just when I'm dropping off or I've got all the lights out or something. Every now and then, it'll just make a noise like, it scares the shit out of me.
That's fantastic. Well, I've recently become one of those wax melt well wankers.
Oh, yeah. They smell nice, though, don't they?
One of these little things. I haven't lit it this evening. Yeah, they're fantastic, and you get a bit of fire. Who doesn't love a bit of fire?
Well, that's another thing. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Christmas.
No.
Nah.
Oh no. I like the idea of everything about it. I don't like having to fork out hundreds and hundreds of pounds on presents. That's got out of fucking control. And since being a parent, nothing pisses me off more than when I see those dickheads who are like, "Oh look, Santa came for Billy Bob and bought him an iPad and a PlayStation 5 and a mini moto and a new nanny." I don't fucking know. I like, I don't play that game with my kids. Santa gets them a little stocking, because that's what he does. He gets them a little stocking, and then all the good shit isn't from Santa. No, that's equal credit to where it's given. And be like, nah. I remember having this conversation. I was like, fuck off. I bought this 85 quid Batman toy for my boy. Which is fucking banging, by the way. It's like 3.5 foot tall. It's got a 4 foot wingspan. And when he opened it, there aren't many times where I've missed things on camera. There've been 2 occasions with my boy that I really wish I had filmed it. 3 occasions. And I will recount all 3 now. We've got number 1, the time I pulled him out of the trolley outside of B&Q, and his trousers. His trousers caught the trolley, and he was just shouting, "My pants! My pants!" I remember the day I told you all about that, and it took me about 20 minutes to get rid of the story because I was dying. But that I regret missing that so bad. It was ridiculous. This number 2 occasion was probably that Christmas present with his Batman toy, because he wanted it the year before, but it was sold out and I couldn't get it, and I found it and it was 85 quid, and I was like, fuck off, is Santa giving him this? It cost me 85 quid. I mean, he can have this. It's from me. And he went mental, and I've never seen that reaction. But the third and final time that I really regret not recording and doing something is the day I got a convertible car, and it was sunny, and he was in the back of the car, and I pressed the button for the roof to go off, and he experienced the convertible for the first time. His face, it was that he didn't know what the fuck was going on. He's like, "Your car's a transformer. It's a transformer, Dad." And I was like, "Yes, it is, son. Yes, it is."
Like a slightly retarded transformer. It just transforms from one type of car into another.
It transforms more than your car, doesn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've never seen my car transform, but
Yeah. Well, mine does it on command. Yours just does it when you're not looking. But yeah, I just sorry. We were talking about Christmas. Well, yeah. So I don't like spending lots of money on presents. I think the message of Christmas is lost. But I do love having a massive feast, drinking all day, and watching lousy TV, feeling too full to get drunk. That I'm into, and I like the sandwiches on Boxing Day. I love the cold meat sandwiches.
Yeah, I can do that. The food, I don't mind.
Yeah, and pickle.
I think
Christmas
everything
pickles.
else about it though is just it's all too commercial now, isn't it? It's all about shops and adverts and shit like that, and who's got the best decorations, who's got the best light displays. Everything's a fucking contest, and it's I used to love Christmas when it was a case of we'd all just sit around my grandparents' house or something like that, like you say, eat shitloads of food, watch shit on the telly because you only have 4 channels, so you'd have a relatively easy choice of what to watch. And then just go to bed, and you go for I used to love, like, me and my mum would go through the planner by the Radio Times. Go through. It's like, right, what do we want to watch? Oh, we want to watch this. Look, we got the You've Been Framed Christmas special. We'll stick that on there. And that's what I like. But now it's all just like fucking toys, gadgets, fucking light displays. Who's got the best decorations? Who's got the best trees? It's lost all of its tradition, and now it's just a commercial holiday, isn't it?
No, I get what you're saying, but it's what you make it, isn't it? You don't have to have it be that. You can have it be what you want, because this is an interesting question. I asked this to a lot of people. So our family growing up, we do Christmas ever so slightly different, and Jay may have mentioned this to you because Jay's my nephew, so same family, tenuously. We don't do wake up in the morning, open everything under the tree. We've always done Santa in the morning, and then if you're a religious type, you go and do your religious shit. And then you come back, and we would either do presents before or after lunch, depending what time we were going to have lunch. I like doing that, and I've tried to do this with my kids, is that they get a fairly good stocking. I mean, Santa is very generous. And then they can enjoy all of that all through the day, have a nice big feast, because it's not a Christmas dinner, it's a Christmas feast. I mean, if you've got less than 3 types of meat on the table, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah.
Have all of that, and then we open up the last presents for the evening, and it breaks up the day a little bit. We've always done that. And then I found out that people didn't do that, and people would wake up and they would open everything at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, well, what the fuck do you do with the rest of Christmas Day? They're like, oh, go back to bed.
Yeah.
How did you do it growing up?
We used to get our stockings, which were normally just bags, effectively, just big sacks sort of thing. We'd get them in the morning. We could have them whenever we woke up. Like that was just ours. We didn't need the folks or anything. Then once we got up, everyone would have to be up. Then we'd have like a Christmas breakfast, normally bacon sarnies, sausage sandwiches, something like that.
Always.
Bit of Bucks Fizz. Got to have a bit of Bucks Fizz. The only time you're allowed a bit of alcohol. Bearing in mind I was quite young. And then once breakfast was out of the way, then we'd go out. We'd go and do like a few presents, just like the big ones, or we'd pick 2 or 3 or something like that. Then we'd have Christmas lunch, and then we'd do the presents later on before Christmas dinner, sort of thing.
Well, hang on. You had lunch and dinner on Christmas Day?
No, dinner. The Christmas lunch would be Christmas dinner.
Okay.
Like with the turkey and all of that lot, and then I just say like dinner, as in the evening meal would just be like whatever scraps there were lying around.
Scraps.
Like old bits of turkey, stuff like that. There'd normally be a trifle of some kind.
I always struggled to get pudding in me on Christmas Day. I remember it happening as a kid, and they'd come in with the lit Christmas pudding, and I did it like year just gone. I don't know when that stopped recording. Anyway, well, if there's a big gap, we were discussing Christmas. It may be on there, it may not be. We'll find out. Who knows? But I was just saying.
Long and short, Sam's a fan. I'm not.
Yeah, basically, fuck it. We won't bother carrying on about that conversation. It might be gone, it might not. Anyway, Stacey Page, you got one more comment on it. It says, another one is when I see a ball of wool yarn, I have to go over and squish it. Go on, Moosh.
I don't know. Wouldn't be. I feel like this is something I do, but I don't recall ever having done it.
Well, last time
What's
we were
confusing
talking, you said, or Rambo said, that you had a real urge to go and squeeze some old deer's scarf or jumper.
That's true. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So maybe, maybe that is something I'd do. I just don't find myself in wool shops that often.
No, neither do I. I never go to a haberdashery.
I am a fucking bastard for touching things up in women's clothes shops, though.
That
didn't sound right, did it?
Yeah.
No, like when I'll be, like inevitably that every bloke faces it at some point, the horrors of hanging around waiting for someone to try something on in Next or Topshop or something like that.
I hate
So
that.
you just sort of bimble. Obviously, you have to bimble away from the lingerie section because you're not a massive pervert. So but you have to be within sight of it, just in case. I
take a different tack from this. I just go up and start holding stuff up in front of me, and when people look at me funny, I'm like, "Is good, bad? No, just hanging back up. And what about these pair of Frenchies? No."
I can't imagine the horror of seeing you like holding up a little summer dress or something like that. Like, what do you think?
Summer dress, yeah, that's exactly it. Play suits.
Oh God!
But do you think this will make my balls look big?
No, but I cannot help. Like, you walk around and there's like always the sort of items for the slightly more adventurous ladies, like the big fur coats or something like that. You got to give them a squidge on the way past.
I do rub furs when I walk past a fur jacket. I'm like,
sequins. For some reason, those the sequins where you brush them down and you brush them up the top, they just turn me into Gollum. I can like literally wander into a clothes shop and I just see them and just sort of scamper across. The shinies! Yeah, just stroking them up and down. And I'll be like there forever. I literally have to be pulled out of the clothes shops. I just find them so fascinating.
Tree, just fucking pouring at everything.
It's just like I do that. It's rainbow color. I do that. It's silver. Rainbow, silver. Rainbow, silver.
They have come on in leaps and bounds. Have you seen the pillows that you can get? It'll look like something nice, and then you rub it up, and it'll say you're a dick or something like that. I like them. I think they're very, very clever.
Yeah. You say that. I was saying I hate Christmas. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm actually wearing a Christmas T-shirt.
I hadn't. Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going back to Christmas? Because
we're not.
Christmas jumpers. I have.
Yeah, you do have.
I got 3 Christmas jumpers now. I only had one for a long time, and last year I was like, "Nah, I'm up in my game," and I spent 30 quid on a fucking Christmas jumper. You can literally only wear that for 1 month of the year. Fucking and it didn't turn up until mid December. I ordered it the beginning of November, and it sent them a shitty email, and I was like, "Oi, Karen, where's my fucking jumper? I ordered this." And it's halfway through fucking December, and it hadn't bloody turned up. And they're like, "Oh, sorry, it got stuck in translation." It's like, well, I want some fucking money off of it. I was like, it's 30 quid, and that was, in my opinion, £1 per day for the month. Get 1 day free, and it's the 15th and it's not fucking here. And they're like, "We've credited £10 to your account." I was like, good, but give me my fucking jumper.
It's a fair point. I mean, this T-shirt is all right because I can wear it underneath jumpers still. It's a good sort of like, whenever, obviously I wouldn't wear it out, around any time other than Christmas because people would think I was a maniac. What sort of lunatic does that? It's like, I've got a Santa hat. I wouldn't wear that at Easter, would I?
When I come over, I'm bringing a Christmas jumper. Just like this.
I mean, I'm assuming we're going to be going out for some beers. I'm happy to do a pub crawl in Christmas jumpers, even regardless of what time it is. I'm up for that.
I've got a non-Christmas jumper beer.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
That appeals to me so much. It's painful.
We'll make it so. Yeah, but as for squidging wool, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And I do. One of my friends on Facebook, a lady I used to work with, very respected lady, Karen. She's massively into
Use
knitting
that
now.
name. Just use that name as an insult.
No, that's her actual name. But she does a load of knitting, and some of the things she does, some of the wools and the yarns that she posts up, like she's proper into it. And she finds all the crazy sort of wool and yarn and stuff like that. And some of it looks amazing. And you think, well, if I had some of that, I'd definitely give that a squidge.
Oh, I like a nice long knitted scarf. You just don't get them anymore. Or like a Weasley scarf. Yeah.
Yeah. Or brew.
Any listeners, if you're big knitters, feel free to send me one. I've also been on the look for a wool blanket. These synthetic ones just don't cut the mustard. But, just saying.
We're not using this as a platform to beg for hand-me-down fucking knitted goods.
I'm not asking for hand-me-downs. I'm asking for artisan
brand new ones.
Bits.
Oh, you're probably one of those people that calls up artists saying, hey, great news. I'll tell you what, if you come round and do me a bespoke graffiti piece on my wall or anything, it'll be free publicity for you. I'll let you do it.
Like that one there. Oh, have you heard that Neil Buchanan is Banksy?
Not according to Neil Buchanan.
I thought that was so funny. That's the best stupid internet theory I've ever heard in my life.
But wouldn't it be great? Oh. Wouldn't it be great if it was true?
Oh, fucking brilliant! Well, I grew up watching his stuff. The Queen's head he made out of £50 notes. Do you remember seeing that one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Do you know what I've always wanted to do? Create a picture that's absolutely priceless.
Yeah, that will always stick with me. It was just so brilliant. But yeah, Neil Buchanan is Banksy. Behave. Yeah, whoever came up with that is a fucking genius.
Epic.
Okay, right. This has been going on a little while now.
Yeah, we probably should wrap it up. We've dealt with the comments, haven't we? We should just finish off. I don't know if it's occurred to you, but this whole episode has been one massive sidetrack off our original opening statement of the comment from Tracy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Honest, I shouldn't have had that whiskey and water.
You'll notice this. If you rewatch this, we literally started with, we got a comment from Tracy, and then fucked off on a little escapade all across alcohol, weddings, fucking Christmas, few things we like.
Not funerals.
Not funerals, no.
Yeah, they didn't make it into the like box.
Although I'm quite a big fan of funerals. I don't like the fact that they've happened. Obviously, it's very sad why they're there, but I love the idea of them. Just like everyone there is, in theory, is there for the same reason. It's a good chance just to get pissed, have a fucking good, remember the people. It's just a fucking lovely thing in my eyes. And I hope that when I go, my funeral is just loads of friends just getting wankered together.
Deal. Cheers.
Yeah. So I would like to just go back to Tracy's comment and say thank you very much, Tracy. We should now point out that Tracy's clarified she does not French kiss her dog.
That's not what I read. Now, I read, to clarify, I definitely French kiss my dog. Just saying.
I'm pretty sure that's the exact opposite of what she actually said.
Well, I mean, you have it.
The comments below on the last video of YouTube, so you can read it for yourself. But no, because she said that she quite accurately pointed out that her dog licks his lipstick, and we all know what we mean.
So gross.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, but in other news, she wasn't offended when I suggested that she is the sort of person that kisses dogs. So we know now that Tracy's an extremely resilient character. Well done. Yeah, but thank you very much for that clarification, Tracy. It's much needed. Right, so shall we wrap up then?
Yeah, let's wrap this up. We're trying to do the What's It challenge next week.
Yeah, too right. Okay, in the
Yeah.
meantime, any more pet hates, any more likes, loves, anything like that, just keep the comments coming in, because we can always revisit it, especially the hates one if we get some good ones, because some of them were gold.
Yeah,
I think
they really
phobias
were.
might be coming up soon, eh?
Phobias has been discussed. I didn't want to do that this week because obviously we did basically a big bitching session last week.
Yeah, but it turns out we're quite good at moaning.
Yeah, not so great. But yeah, I think phobias is definitely on the cards coming up soon.
Yeah, so chuck a few of them our way as well if anyone has any.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously we're still any artistic stuff that's coming, do send it on to the Pacifist podcast at outlook.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for watching.
Like and subscribe.